Hello, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters. My Oduwa people, which is the Yoruba nation, and the Arewa Consultative Forum. May I don't arrive again, and I still remember say my name still remain the same. It can never change and will never change. I'm Andian Eze from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Well, it has been quite some time. I think over 3 or 4 hours now. Never dropped any beat, but I'm here now to give honor the important information where they come from the Yoruba nation. They don't come out now. Can't let even the Biafran strugglers and also the Biafran agitators, they can't let on and know say, look at the people who have killed the desire to have a Yoruba nation. And the same way that our southeasterners, the so-called politicians are gradually on daily basis killing the Igbo nation, or they can call them Biafra nation. That is the same way they said Bola Ahmed Tinubu have killed the Yoruba nation. And how he killed it is what we are about to find out. So, he has according to an Igbo adage, which simply means use your house to know my own house. And anyway, my wonderful people, you see, I don't want to go into frivolities, but why I want to bring this news to our doorstep is for we to know how this man killed the agitation of Yoruba nation. In other words, we can as well avert it in this agitation for the Biafran nation, or agitation for the state of Biafra. Because as or when a mother is busy beating his child of wrongdoings, any close child that have brain will also learn from that very particular correction. And that is exactly why I said, let me bring this to our own people, so that how we will see how we can avert these things, and know how we can make use of this information to make sure that we put things right at the agitation for the independent state of Biafra, which we know that even if it not happen today, tomorrow it must surely happen. It always happen. You understand me? Yeah. It is a title that must be given to the Igbos, whether the Fulani government like it or not, whether United Nations like it or not, and whether the so-called Fulani government of Nigeria, United Nations, UK, and the rest of other Western allies that join hand to make sure they are killing the Biafran agitation. So whether they like it or not, it must surely come to pass when the time is right. Make on hear the headlines that we have, or we are going to treat this morning, before we can be able to come back, analyze, expatiate, and read in between the lines to know exactly how it affects us, both individually, as a community, as a nation, and also as a family. Make on hear how they take Tokam. How Tinubu killed Yoruba nation agitation, according to the writer of this very news. I think is coming from Sunday, Ebelechuku Igbo, because they say this one, say in Mama, say na Mama na Igbo. Maybe tomorrow night they go tell and say, hey, you don't go lead us to, your name na Ebelechuku, so that means Igbo and Igbo. Igbo can never lead the Yoruba nation. Well, that is not why we are here this morning. We are here to expatiate and read meanings in all this news or all these headlines that we bring to us this day. Southeast, this one is a news from our Southeast. House of Reps to investigate extortion of travelers by police. This is the issue that have been veiling the Southeast for how many decades now? Southeastern part of the country have become a cash cow for all the militaries, for all the even common man who now we stay on the way, and they extort the Igbos. Common market women, they extort them. Farmers, they extort them. If you refuse, they will kill you. If you refuse, they will seize your property. If you refuse, they will kidnap you. In the Southeast, you will fear police, you will fear Omonade, and I know say, all those ones where they give a small see. You will fear military. You will fear NSCDC. You will fear Navy. Very soon now, you will see that even Air Force, where they stay for air, they will begin to mount roadblock in the southeastern part of the country. You will fear custom. You will even fear immigration. I beg, make I ask, what is immigration doing on the way? What are they doing? I thought immigration was supposed to stay in the office for people who want to make passports. But go to the southeast. Every one pole is a roadblock of different uniforms. But see yet, within that one pole, space of that one pole, bandits will operate in their middle, kidnap people, kill people, and go scot-free. The only people they always see on that road is the Igbo people, Igbo business people, to extort them. All the whole commissioner of police, all the whole GOCs, all the whole commandant in the NSCDC, everybody, whatever promotion letter or transfer letter they are submitting to their heads is transfer me to the southeast, transfer me to the Niger Delta, where they can extort people anyhow they like. Now they say the reps want to investigate extortion. So now today they know say there is extortion, that the southeast have been militarized and politicized and NSCDC salarized and other things. Every corner of this in the southeast. Do we still supposed to have any single insecurity in the southeast, if I may ask? Do we still have it? Now they are using air, whereby their foot soldiers is along our express doing nothing, only extortion. Ogun, now you go kill all of them one by one. According to the confession of one of the suspects or the cultists that killed one DPO in River State, actually Ahoda, if I'm not mistaken, either Ahoda or what did they call this place itself? Anyway, now them know. The guy don't come out to come give a very confessional statement. According to him, he said, and I quote, that the guy will be the main organ or the boss of them, will be the cultist head. His name, they call him what they call him. His nickname is Tu Baba. He said Tu Baba Opolowo. They have more than 40 guns, used spiritual powers to kill River State DPO and accomplice. So my wonderful people, please, if you get this message and you forget to share it, or you refuse to share it, or you refuse to like or comment, I swear my father. Come on, will you share this message and let everybody know what is happening? Let everybody put mouth in this militarization of the southeast. We keep on shouting Fulanis, whereby the main original enemy we have in the southeast are the police and the military that are mounted at the highway of anywhere you are going. People who keep on extorting, even extort a pregnant woman that is going for delivery. Dara. Anyway, my wonderful people, it is time to read in between the lines. Please, anywhere where you do, if this message get to you, make sure it gets to another person. Make sure it get to another person, to another person, and to another person. Let's start our message or our news from how Tinubu killed the Yoruba nation agitation. The agitation for Yoruba nation gained prominence in the southwest geopolitical zone mid-2021. The agitation, which was championed by Chief Sunday Adeyomo, popularly known as Sunday Igbo, became intense in the dying days of administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, who was accused of nepotism and giving undue advantage to his Fulani tribesmen to the detriment of other nationalities. And the same thing is what Tinubu is doing. Lagosians are the one handling the affairs of the nation. According to Sawario, my brother, the agitators even vowed that the 2023 general elections would not hold and that the agitation was not about a Yoruba president but to restructure the country. The Fulani government was, however, determined to crush the agitation as the operatives of the Department of State Service on July 1, 2021 invaded Ibadan, residents of Igbo, where some of occupants of the house lost their lives, while Igbo himself narrowly escaped being killed. Igbo later fled the country but was arrested at the neighboring Benin Republic on his way to Germany. But with the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu Asiwaju, a Yoruba man, as the president, the agitators for a separate country for Yoruba people appeared to have lost their voice. Some argued that since their kinsman or kinsman is now in control of affairs at the national level, the agitators have no other choice than to abandon the struggle. Some Yoruba leaders and elders who spoke on the issue explained why the agitation may have died a natural death. Yoruba will not work against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Oyewole, Yoruba Council of Elders scribe. In his reaction, Secretary of the Yoruba Council of Elders, Chief Oladipo Oyewole, said the agitation for Yoruba nation may have died down following the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the Fulani government of Nigeria. Oyewole, in the reaction, said the situation in Nigeria at the independence was such that each region was to be encouraged to develop its potentials to the fullest, such that there would be growth, stability, and all-round development. Fundamental arrangements were made for each region to develop at its pace. No sooner we gain independence than the plan for regional development took another flight, and unhealthy rivalry seeped in to tear us apart, and ever since that time we started losing it. This is the foundation for the agitation for Yoruba nation for total liberation. Yoruba nation was indeed poised to put an end to the obvious enslavement of Yoruba within Nigeria. At that time, the Yoruba people were seriously threatened, and that the situation encouraged every hamlet in Yoruba land to prepare for their internal independence. Our people were being decimated, and the main drive of our detractors was not just to establish a grazing road, but to claim the soil of Nigeria up to the Atlantic Ocean that had to be resisted. So Sunday Igboho and Professor Akintoye came forth. Now, with the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the Fulani government of Nigeria, should Yoruba people work against him? The answer is no. Impunity, gross injustice of last government prompted the agitation. Kunle Olajide laments. In his contributions, the former Secretary General, Yoruba Council of Elders, Dr. Kunle Olajide, said the agitation for the Oduwa nation was declared based on the high level of impunity and injustice of the last administration. Just the same last administration, Yoruba produced the vice president. The same last administration, Yoruba produced Ministry of Works, which is Raji Fasola. Just last administration. But the Igbos have not been in the administration for since 1999 that this so-called democracy came in place. Not even a vice president have been given to them. And the agitation they started 2012 is now recognized as a terrorist group by Buhari. While his own brothers and sisters, his own family members, who have been in the Boko Haram for many years, decades, they call them bandits. Maiming people, killing people, beheading people, kidnapping anyhow for ransom, destroying the economy of the south, of the northeast, northwest, and north central, and also the country. They are being recognized as bandits. According to him, the agitation from the beginning was because of gross injustice under the last administration. Therefore, there might not be need for further agitation. There is strength in toughness rather than fragmentation. What everybody requires is fairness and justice, and once that is embedded in government programs and policies, there will be less agitation for separation, according to him. In another development, Southeast reps to investigate extortion of travelers by police. asked police army to stop incident dehumanization, harassment of travelers in the southeast. The House of Representatives on Tuesday resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the alleged forceful collection of 500,000 naira by some police officers on 8 July of 2023 from travelers along Owerri-Onisha Express Road using money points, that is POS. The House also urged the Inspector General of Police to identify, discipline, and call to order police officers perpetuating inhuman and degrading treatment on road travelers along the southeast geopolitical zone. The House further urged the Chief of Army Staff to call on the military personnel mining roadblocks within the southeast geopolitical zone to carry out their duties professionally and to stop incident harassment of law-abiding citizenry in the southeast. You can travel all the way from Abuja to Kaduna, from Abuja to Kano, from Abuja to Zamfara, from Abuja to Kebbi State, from Abuja to Sokoto. You cannot see a single roadblock, maybe only once or twice. Just travel from Onitsha to Iyala, you can find 1,000 roadblocks. Military are meant to stay in the barracks. Military have been trained for war. But now, Nigerian military have reduced to common ordinary man of war, staying on the road, collecting egunje and bribes, threatening people that they will shoot you, blood will flow, and nothing will happen. All the video will circulate on the internet. Their boss will see it and will turn deaf ear. Only in Southeast, all this thing is happening. And our so-called politicians are busy looking for juicy appointment at the federal level, while their own region are being made as a cash cow. I weep for this country. The resolution followed a motion moved by Honorable Anthony Nwogu during plenary in Abuja. Moving the motion, Nwogu noted that the reports and growing instances of dehumanization, harassment, and extortion of citizens in the southeast geopolitical zone by security agencies estimated to be in billions of naira on daily basis. We're not talking about monthly or yearly. He said that the incident and continued dehumanization and harassment of road travelers in the southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria by security agents, especially by some police officers and army personnel who have perfected the acts of extorting money forcefully from road travelers embarking on daily journey to earn their living. The lawmaker expressed worries that the weapons given to the security agents to protect lives and property are now being used by some unscrupulous security agents to harass and dehumanize law-abiding travelers within the southeast and the south geopolitical zone. Alarmed at the brazen manner in which travelers within the southeast are forcibly moved out from their air-traveling cars and vehicles by security agents and are ordered to walk some kilometers with their hands raised above their heads, thus dehumanizing and portraying them as common criminals or prisoners, creating a feeling of discontentment, social unrest, and creating the feeling of a conquered territory. Exactly what is happening in the southeast. Aware that while a vast majority of the security personnel diligently professionally perform their duties, there have been regrettable cases of misconduct, abuse of power, and extortion perpetrated by a few individuals within these agencies, especially on 8 July 2023. Some unscrupulous police officers will lay and detain some travelers engaged in legitimate businesses along Owerri-Onisha Express Road and forcibly collect the sum of 500,000 naira from the travelers for no reason. Concerned at the inability of some security personnel entrusted with the protection of lives and property to conduct themselves professionally in carrying out checks on road travelers, except to subject and subjugate them to inhuman treatment, thus causing this chastisement between the citizenry and the security agents. This has further worsened the needed collaborative effort needed to checkmate crime and criminality within the southeast geopolitical zone. worried about regularly travelers within the southeast are forced to open their phones and laptops, and in some instances are forced to part with their hard-earned money and their belongings. He therefore called for the need to address these acts of dehumanization, harassment, and extortion of road travelers within the southeast geopolitical zone, and to restore public confidence of citizens in the security agents. My wonderful people, viewers, and subscribers, Shebi, I don't hear them from the bandit. From the horse's mouth, not from the bandit mouth. What's it from the bandit mouth? I don't hear them from the horse's mouth. This thing has been happening for decades. So this is the only time they will treat this matter at the assembly. It is shameful that our so-called politicians, whom we believe on that will save us or speak for us, are there for their own selfish gain, only for their pocket, not for the masses. The parties are not asking you the allocation you get from the government. They are not asking you how much you are being given or your salary. Just make sure you do the needful back home. Let the police and the military on our checkpoints, on a different roads, on different bus stops and different quarters, allow common ordinary Nigerian southeastern businessmen to breathe. That is what we ask. Nothing more and nothing less. But they will not do it. Emeka Ofo came to Ozoboro with almost 50 well and equipped policemen. That is what part of the problem we are having. Those who are supposed to speak, they don't care because their family and extended ones are living comfortably. Every other ones can go to hell for all they care. They don't do that. Anyway, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world, I beg you, make gonna help me share this message. Like and comment. Make sure you do what? You turn on the notification icon, be notified each time we go live or post something on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Now here, I go do what? I go take live on. I am signing out. Bye for now. Kemesiano.